I want to talk a little bit today about plateauing because I think it's part of the journey, and how you deal with these plateaus is very important. I'll start with a little story about my friend's dad. I think he's in his 60s. He was in my first test group. He used composite instead. So he lives in India. He had a dentist put flat composite, and it had a big effect pretty quickly. So his symptoms, he had early onset of dementia, right? So he was forgetful, and his family was noticing, etc. And he put composite on, and he started having a lot of headaches, and it was really intense. But as he got through it, he noticed like he felt stronger, healthier, sharper, clearer, and things were really good. And for a while, he was really excited about the process because it felt like, every day or at least every week, he was progressing. But then, like, I talked to him over a year into his journey, and he felt like he'd progressed. And he started questioning, like, does it work anymore? It doesn't work. And I think that his journey is kind of classic one that a lot of folks doing Revive might feel. Because especially if the person did orthodontics or they have, more severe symptoms, they might feel a lot pretty quickly, right? And usually it's not initially easy. Like you have headaches or you have pain in the gums. Things might be painful in other parts of your body as the body kind of releases. But things are changing a lot, right, in the early days. So things are changing a lot, and then like as time goes on, like you realize, oh, certain things are improving, and you start to, get excited. And then invariably, like most people hit this plateau. And when they hit the plateau, I view that you have two choices, right? You can either be comfortable with that, in which case you'll feel like, okay, this is as far as Revive and these biomechanics go, which I think is the wrong conclusion. Or you can try to figure out how to keep pushing past, right? And that's what I did, and that's why I figured out what I call the fast method. But even if you didn't do that and you only wore the mouth guard, you would still be progressing. I think you can progress just with a mouth guard for a very, very long time, but it will be very slow. And the way you would know that you're progressing, and the way that I concluded this, is I wore, flat planes, and mouth guards for a long time back in the day. And I noticed that like it would take a week before the dental contacts changed at some point. Like things had really stabilized. When things slow down to that point, you don't feel much happening on a day-to-day basis. Your dental contacts are changing and things are evolving a little bit each week. You just don't feel it. What I encourage people to do when they hit a plateau is they really go deep into this jaw-body connection. Stretching your jaw at the same time as stretching something tight in your body, learning how you put slack into the system and you kind of stretch this soft tissue so that you're forcing things to continue at a pretty good pace, right? And if you hit these plateaus and you learn how to do this, then, you don't plateau, essentially. You just keep going. And then when you get really good at it, you realize like, oh, wow, like my ability to continue to improve is just a function of these jaw body stretches. And maybe like, where does it stop? Like I seem to improve every day. Where do I finally finish? And I think that becomes like a very intriguing, almost addictive question that you want to answer for yourself. Like, how far does this go? And one day, I think a lot of folks in the community now are figuring out pieces of the puzzle, and they might get there. One day when I'm done, I want to finish my process, take this to what I call the end, which is like perfect health, body, facial symmetry, whatnot. When I get there, I will figure out what to do and whether I want to like do a group and try to help other people get there. But regardless of that, I highly encourage you to expect these plateaus to come and then push yourself past them. Don't stop. Don't second guess the process. Just say, okay, I hit this new plateau. How do I get through it? And take what I've written, especially about jaw body stretching, about torque test and these other principles, and push right past it. Thanks.